see we're working pretty fast. Here's all 12 acres.
There was D23.
What you see in the foreground forming is the pit for Luigi's flying tires.
Looks like a giant swimming pool.
Yeah, yeah, it looks like a swimming pool. And then off beyond it, you see the mountain starting to come together and the ride track starting to get laid out. Here the steel has come up. The structural steel for this is just phenomenal. And then slowly but surely, as you see the lid coming onto Luigi's, you also start to see plaster now coming across our mountain.
Buildings being built.
Buildings are coming up in downtown. What's really fun about this video is that you start to see the plaster and the color. You see we're working from west to east, as we're following ourselves along and working our way out. We're trying to complete the mountain, especially the part close to the ride track, by end of this coming up week. We start ride testing August 25th, which is this coming Thursday. So we are making very, very good progress. Here's the radiator pack is coming out. The trees are starting to go in. Can't believe it only took Walt a year. So here's some, we should all try next. We have some big walkthrough about ours on Friday. This is Mayor's Backyard Jamboree, what it more or less looks like today. It's going out into what was the old farm. You can see his little shack there. It's hilarious. We were looking at it the other day, and it's this beautiful, beautifully built piece of structure. This little cabin that's completely leaning to the left. And we saw some carpenters out there trying to
carpenters, it's either straight up or straight there. They don't. It's like this leaning thing. They keep saying, we could make it straight. The amount of engineering and complex construction to make something look old and saggy is amazing. But it's the level of detail that you're going to see. The park is just unparalleled.
And you're seeing some of the turntables here in the bottom of the picture.
So this is what we're talking about. Yeah. So you won't see that's covered solid. So this is the underneath, but you see the spokes. At the end of each spoke is where a little baby tractor will be. And then as it goes around, it's timed to where then it hands it to the next spoke or the next wheel, and it goes like that. And it's a fantastic ride system.
Here's a view down our Route 66. You're standing at the four corners of Radiator Springs. So on the right, that's Ramon's House of Body Art, which is John said will be a merchandise location. On the left, you can see the tire thing over Luigi's flying tires, Luigi's Caverns tires. And at the end of the street here, the white frame steel that you see, that will be our courthouse. We held that out of construction late deliberately for construction access, but now that's coming together. And then off beyond that is our radiator path, and beyond that the Cadillac tail frame. So it's just a beautiful view.
This is a very wide angle lens, so it's deceiving because when you're standing there, you cannot believe how big the rockwork is. I mean, it towers above you. You really feel like you're there.
Here's a building that we're making look saggy, like great. This is the curio shop. This is Liz's curio shop. You can see we've got the little ramp out front, the walkway up, and all of the corrugated tin. Roof is going up, and just waiting for some signs. Here's some interior details of the casework that we're building for this shop. But unlike the movie, we get to go inside this building, and we're adding little car details as often and wherever we can. So whether it's in the base pedestal or some casework, or in topping it off with the finial, and this is just going to be a spectacular building. A little more, we're really paying a lot of attention to detail. So this is interior of the curio shop. Again, you can see this really beautiful pressed tin ceiling and brickwork that's going in.
It's the kind of details that you find out from Route 66. It's very, very authentic in the detail. Yet the scaling of everything is very, very much caricatured like the cars were.
We had a really fun day the other day. We had the wing net to go on top of the rotunda for Closed Gate Cafe went up into the place. So we were celebrating that. And then this week we have the big piece, the big fiberglass piece that will look to really make this now look like a giant air filter, car air filter. Beautiful. This is my favorite wall, I think, in our land. It's a beautiful, beautiful flagstone wall that's on the side of Rose Cafe, it's dining area, which is, by the way, a gorgeous view of the mountain. We were saying today we're going to have to fast pass this restaurant because we're going to sit down, we're going to get a beer.
You're not going to want to.
You're not going to get up. He's going to send your kids.
So beautiful.
First fast pass for a restaurant ever. And here's Luigi's Flying Tires. Here's the play floor from the top. It's really spectacular. This is another one that we're getting ready to test. We've got some vehicles coming in. Here's our first one, our first article vehicle. And we will start ride testing this in early September.
And you wonder what brand they are? They are the brand of tire that Luigi sells. They're Fettuccine. Fettuccine brand tires, and white balls are called the Alfredos. The ones with the thinner white are lattes. And of course, the black balls are espressos. It's all Italian and stuff, but it's really fun. So the way these work is that it's such clever engineering because it uses the air to inflate. The tire around the edge is nylon, very thick nylon, and it inflates, and it's the cushion. It's like a bumper car thing, but you know, there's all sorts of rules for impact and stuff these days that we have to adhere to, and so this became, you know, it worked out fantastic, and it was really fun. And the one thing that we've added to it that the Flying Saucers didn't have is that the kind of little gear shift that comes up that looks like the nozzle which you put the air into the tire. Yeah, the fill stem is a lever that you push one way or the other way, and it vents the air into this outlet that causes you to spin. So it's like you can choose to go out there, and it's like the teacups without turning. You know, this thing will turn on its own, and it's really fun to go either direction.
And last look at Luigi's Casa de los Tires. I put this in here because I think it's my favorite building. It's so cute. The showroom is going to be spectacular. You queue through here to go out to the back to the tire yard. And
right in front there, in front of the white truck, is going to be the leaning tower of tires, which is
some more close-up shots of the details of going into the building. I little downtown. This is Ramon's House of Body Art. By the way, if you don't know, this is 100% based on a really beautiful building under 66 in Shamrock, Texas, which is an old gas station, front of the gas station. It's now the Shamrock Chamber of Commerce. And you go in there, and the folks that work in there say they're constantly being stopped. People pull over and want to know if this is Ramon. We took it, we studied it, we were recreating the terracotta tile and the custom ceiling that's in the shop
and go back one. Also, this is what we call the little downtown section, and the neon signs are so spectacular. They're straight from the movie, and they're going to be pure neon signs. And you know, we're just so we are so excited, you know, for when it becomes dusk and this whole land lights up. It's just going to be absolutely beautiful that time. So daytime. We just can't stand it. They just go there and it's like,
oh, it's so fun. Every day you see it, you can tell it's just one step closer to being done. You can't say enough about this mountain. The mountain is so spectacular. And here we've got this beautiful view of the Radiator Cap and the Cadillac pins off in the distance. Well, the scaffolding is 8 feet, separated by 8 feet. So every single layer of scaffolding you see is 8 feet tall. We top out at 125 feet. But there's nothing quite like walking up to this mountain and looking straight up. It works. And we are slowly but surely pulling the property down, and we're starting to reveal the mountain. And I put this in because it's our first complete development. It's a 1962 Cadillac.
It's just like Cadillac Ranch outside Amarillo, Texas, which this is inspired by. It does go in, if you know your Cadillac tail fins, it goes in the proper order of years. So that's 59 the pinnacle.
And the road trip that John mentioned that we take off when we first get in our car, this Sally and Mike's road trip, we do go past this stupendous waterfall looking up at our little Arroyo Bridge the queue structures for Radiator Springs Racers. Here they are coming together. This is Stanley's Oasis. So we're going to build that. We're going to build the original Radiator Spring, and Roger will talk about ours in a minute. You pass underneath the track as you load and as you walk up the queue along the load area. And this is one of the bridges that we just recently got out of steel.
There's two different bridges because you go under both parts of the track. And so we decided to do a sense of history. You can find this out on Route 66 where there's the older part, the alignment of the road, and then they kind of fixed it up and built a newer bridge next to it. You can still see the old bridge. And so this is kind of the quote-unquote newer bridge, and as you go next to it, the next one is going to be an older wooden bridge, and that's the other part of the track over. Look at this bank.
You can see the two slots, they will be racing side by side, and the banks are what is going to get your attention. Really, once you take these banks, these turns, and we rode it last summer, it pushes you into the car. It's so great.
Yeah, the G-forces of this ride are really fun. And I mean, it starts giving you a vista because the part of the scaffolding is pulled down with the paint, and you start to see how stunning and beautiful this land is.
Yeah, pretty views everywhere. And our last show scene is an area that we're calling Tail Light Caverns. And here's one of the tail lights. We're starting to plaster up to them. With this show cities under the Gould construction right now. Tail Light Caverns are going to be just this beautiful, spectacular area where you come in and all these tail lights are glowing. Classic cars.
And it's really neat because in the daytime, you'll be able to see a lot of the rock detail. And we're doing the chrome. It's kind of like mica or sort of like shiny sort of minerals and stuff. And the lights are kind of glowing. And then at night, it's all dark, so you see the tail lights glowing. So it really will have a wonderful difference from day and at night. So. These rides, it's kind of like, Thunder Mountain, where it seems like a different ride at night. And I think that Radiator Springs Racers, is really going to have this nice quality of two different senses about it. Because what's fun in the daytime, you be in the show building with all this, and when you take off, shooting through this tunnel and you're out. And it's like the bright light is above the desert, Radiator Springs is going to, one of the valleys is going to it's going to be really bright, but at night it's going to have this gorgeous lighting all around the rock work, and it's going to have a really different feel from day and night.
So that's what we are today.
So Anaheim is a semi-arid place. Radiator Springs is in a desert. So a challenge for our team was turning Anaheim into a desert, and so now we'd like to turn it over to one of the unsung heroes of our project. You don't hear a lot from her, but we're going to give her a chance to speak to you today. I'd like to welcome Jennifer Mok, who's in charge of it.
The landscape is an integral part of creating immersive guest experiences in Carsland we hope we deliver. As we master plan the land, we saw, we saw two districts emerging, the downtown Radiator Springs and the desert. In the town, we sought to look at the line of front yard so they really express the character that owned it. First off, we have neighbors, junkyard and jamboree, and everything here is forbidden and rusting. But we have loose cluster oaks and Indian rosewood, understory plants with great names like winter fat and little bush, Mormon tea.
We wanted to sort of add